Good evening, groovy citizens, and happy Satisfying Saturday. So, before I get into my video, I want y'all to make sure you check out my Catch Up With Me video. I just recorded it right before I'm doing this video now. Y'all, I got to coughing, so I was going to give me a little bottle of water, but guess what I got? Bam, some V8 juice. I've always loved V8 juice, so that way I won't get parched and get the coughing again. So, hopefully you all are having a wonderful Saturday. I know my day has been filled with plenty of rest, which is exactly what this body needed. And so I feel great. And as I said in my previous video, I'm probably going to be up later tonight than I really need to be, but it's all right. God is good. And I'm still going to get up tomorrow morning, go to church and give him some praise. All right. So, and I'll be in the house doing it. But yeah, because I still have quite a few more things I need to get done on this new book project. And don't forget, check out the links for anything that you need to get caught up with. I'm going to leave it at that. So today's topic is the 4 R's of self-forgiveness. The 4 R's of self-forgiveness. You know, I realized that it is so much easier for us to give other people. And yet some people struggle with forgiving themselves. And it's really sad, but it's just a reality. I don't know why that is, but you do. You have a lot of people that have forgiven folks that have done, some of the most horrible things, but we can't forgive ourselves when we do things. So those 4 R's are as follows. Number 1, responsibility. Accept what has happened and show yourself some compassion. So when you've done something, you've said something, you can't change it. So you need to accept that it's happened and then show yourself some compassion. And if you find that it's hard to do, this is what I want you to always do. Think about or say to yourself, what would Jesus do? That's what I want you to do. I want you to say to yourself, what would Jesus do in this situation? Because see, here's the reality. God forgives us every day. He forgives us every day, all day, every day of things that we've done. And some of us have done some ugly things, okay? Let's just keep it all the way real. Well, none of us are saints. Everybody has done something or said something that was just absolutely ugly. And God has forgiven you. So if God can forgive you, why can't you forgive you? God doesn't hold it over your head that you've done something. He forgives you. So learn to forgive yourself. Number 2, remorse. Use the guilt and remorse as a way to get to positive behavioral changes. When you are truly sorry about something, you change. Now, I'm not going to say you won't mess up again because that's just a part of life, but you will change. And so I want you to use that remorse to work on you, working on becoming a better you and the way you treat others as well as yourself, okay? So make me that promise, you guys. Number 3, restoration. Make amends with whomever you need to forgive, even if it's yourself. You've got to learn how to say, okay, you know what, Susie, or whatever your name might be, I know you did this. I know you did that. I know you cheated on this person, or, you cheated on your taxes, or you broke off that relationship to go start a relationship with something else, or whatever it is that you did. But continuously living in the past and beating yourself up over the head because of it, it's not going to get you anywhere. And number 1, it's not going to change it because that thing has already happened. So you might as well forgive yourself, ask God to forgive you, and then move on. Just move on. And number 4, renewal. Learn from your experience and then grow as a person. Anytime you go through something, if you're not learning from it, then that's a problem. No matter what I've had to go through in life, I've always learned from it. And I'll be very honest with you, it's made me the person that I am today, because I learned from those experiences. Hadn't been many, but I've learned through those experiences. And if you go through those experiences and you don't learn anything, well, I don't know what to tell you, honey, but you need to get it together. So here are some reasons why forgiving yourself is so important. Number one, and I have, let me see, 8 things to share with you in a takeaway. Number one, it can, excuse me, y'all, because my sinuses are draining. It can help you let go of the past. It allows you to let go of the pain and the hurt that you have been holding on to. So again, we're talking about reasons why forgiving yourself is so important. And again, as long as you hold on to whatever that pain is, it's just going to live rent-free up in your mind. It's going to live rent-free up in your heart. And it will make you end up becoming this bitter, nasty, ugly person that nobody wants to be around. So forgive yourself and let it go. Again, if God can forgive you, why can't you forgive you? Number 2, it helps you connect with other people. So forgiving yourself can help you improve the relationships you have with others. You will also become happier and more positive. Again, when you see somebody walking around and they're holding on to the fact that they messed up that relationship, they just become bitter people. And then guess what happens? They're no good to anybody else. They will not be able to have a great, meaningful relationship with anybody else because they've not let go of whatever happened in that previous relationship. So let that thing go so you can have better relationships with other people and or better relationships with another significant other. Number 3, it can increase your self-esteem and confidence. Beating up on yourself takes a toll on your self-esteem. So why not stop feeling down and depressed? I don't know about you all, but life is too good to be walking around here feeling down and depressed about anything. About anything. Now, you might be thinking about whatever it was I said or did, and you want to live in the ditch someplace, but not me. Trust and believe, I've forgiven myself. I've asked God to forgive me, and I've forgiven me. So I'm moving on with my life because I don't have time to be walking around here sad with my face dragging the ground and not enjoying life. No, life is too short. It is too daggone short. Number 4, it will help you forgive others more easily. So if you can forgive yourself, then you can forgive other people. And to be honest with you, some people do have a hard time forgiving other people because they don't know how to forgive themselves. And they think, wow, I messed up so bad. How can if I can't forgive myself, then I can't forgive other people. So I want you to learn to do both. First, being able to forgive yourself. Then forgive other people. Number 5, you will be able to release stress and anxiety. Not only is this good for your mental health, but it can also improve your physical health. Okay? So when you can forgive yourself, honey, that stress, that anxiety that you've been walking around with, you can do a woosah and let it go. Okay? It will help you out so much, and you will appreciate me telling you this. You're going to say, Michelle, you know what? You were right, girl. I let that thing go, and I just feel so much more relaxed wherever I go and whatever it is that I'm doing. Number 6, you will learn from your mistakes. So making mistakes is part of being human. So instead of beating yourself up, learn from your mistakes and become a better person. If you think that you are going to go through this life and not make any mistakes, sweetie, you need to think again. You need to think again, because making mistakes is a part of life. We all do it. And we have been doing it ever since we were, I'm going to say, able to start walking. You've been making mistakes. You got into something that you weren't supposed to as a kid. And you may have gotten your little hind parts, as as the folks of old would say, popped, or your hand popped. But you made a mistake. You know, you got into that thing after your mom and daddy told you not to. You got older and you made some mistakes in elementary school. You made some mistakes in junior high and middle school. You made some mistakes in high school. Some of you all had a baby when you were a teenager. You made a mistake. But that doesn't mean that you should not enjoy the rest of your life because of it. Now y'all have grown kids that are phenomenal, doing great things. So you made that mistake, but God forgave you. You forgave you, and now you brought this wonderful person into the world. So all I'm saying to you is, and trying to get you to understand, is that you have to learn from it. Now, some people, I'm going to say this and I'll move on. Some people don't learn from their mistakes and they keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. This is why you have some folks that almost live in jail. Because as soon as they come out, they get back with the same crowd doing the same thing. And eventually they'll get arrested and they're going back to jail to do some more time. Those are people who have not learned from their mistakes. And it's also people that just, for whatever reason, they can't get out of that culture that they're part of. And that's a whole nother video for a whole nother time. Number 7, it can help you live in the present. So when you consistently dwell on the past mistake or mistakes that you've made, you won't be able to focus on where you are now. So let go and live in the moment. I cannot stress that enough. If you keep living in the past and worrying about those past mistakes, you can't enjoy right now because your mind and your heart is always about what you did in the past. Again, let it go. Let it go. I am of the mindset that if I cannot change it, then I need to let it go. Why am I stressing over something that I can't do anything about? Whatever I said to you 2 minutes ago, it's in the past. I can't change it. I can apologize for it, but I can't take it back because I've already said it. Whatever you did last week, last month, last year, it's in the past. You cannot change it. Again, you can apologize, but you cannot change it. You cannot make it go away. It has already been done. So stop living in the past and enjoy the present. And I can be honest with you when I tell you that I've met people. I truly have met people who let me say this. I met an individual, nice as he could be. But there was no way in the world that we could build a relationship because he was living in the past of what he went through with his ex-wife. And so that right there, because he wouldn't let it go. She had moved on with her life. I'm pretty sure she was with somebody else, enjoying life. But he was still living in the past, dealing with that past hurt that he had closed himself off for building a new relationship. And if you know me, then you know I'm one of these people. I'm going to try. I will try my best. I will work with you. I will hang in there. I'm not going to give up on you right away. But once I see that my efforts are not getting me anywhere, then I've got to move on. And so that's what happened. I said, okay, enough is enough. I got to let it go because we're going nowhere with this thing. And all I'm doing is frustrating myself because he wasn't ready to let go of that. Of how she made him feel to be able to move on with me. So I just removed myself from the situation. I said, hey, you know what? We can be friends, but I think it's best that we, go our separate ways. And that's what I did. Because I'm not going to compete with your past. And you should not be competing with anybody else's past. And you should not be competing with your own past. Let that stuff go. Let it go, give it to God, let it go, and live in the moment. There's so many great things going on in the moment that you all are missing because you're too busy living in the past. And last but not least, excuse me. Let me see. Last but not least, number 8. It's a necessary part of your personal growth. So if you want to grow and develop as a person, it's important to learn to forgive yourself. It's not always easy to do, but it's definitely well worth it. And all I can really say about that is it is so true. It's not always easy to forgive yourself, but it is so worth it. I promise you, it is so worth it. Try it, and I promise you'll like it. Now, here's your takeaway. It won't always be easy, but it is so well worth it. And I'm going to leave you on that note that it's not easy, but it definitely is worth it. Because when you decide that you're ready to forgive yourself for whatever it is that you've done, and I hear you, I do. I really hear you. You say, Michelle, but you don't know what I did. You don't know what I took somebody through. I don't know, and I don't need to know. But I do know that if you let it go, forgive yourself and move on, it's going to be so well worth it. Because see, here's the other thing. As long as you're walking around with the past living rent-free in your mind and in your heart, you're missing out on so much that the right here and now has to offer. And one of these days, you're going to wake up from that fog and you're going to say, wow, when did this happen? When did that happen? And people looking at you like, where have you been? Well, you've been here physically, but mentally you've been someplace else. You've been in the past with whatever that thing is or was. So forgive yourself, y'all. Move on and enjoy the right now. You deserve it. Doesn't matter how bad you think you messed up. You deserve to live in the here and now. You guys, that's it. That's my time. I want to say thank you so much for giving me just a few minutes of your time to be able to speak life into you, to help you learn how to forgive yourself. Because I get it. Excuse me, I've been down that road before, so I know that it's hard to forgive yourself. But I promise once you do, honey, you are going to feel so much better, and you'll be glad that you did. So, having said that, take what I've shared with you. It'll be in the description box and start to use it in your everyday life. If you come across somebody that could use what I've talked about, share this video with them. Don't be stingy. Share it, okay? Now, having said all of that, if you're new to watching my videos, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. If this is not your first rodeo, I want to say welcome back. I missed you guys. You know I miss you when I don't get a chance to see you. Go out there, enjoy the rest of your Saturday. This is a long weekend because it's a holiday on Monday. So I want you to go out there, enjoy the rest of your weekend. And as you enjoy your weekend, if you've been holding on to something from the past, I want you to use this weekend to let it go. Let it go. Let God have his way and live in the moment. Promise me that you'll do that. Also, while you're out there, y'all, have fun. Whatever you do, wherever you go, have fun. But do so responsibly and please be safe. Because I love y'all and I want you to come back and join me for another car conversation again on Monday. Oh, and you know what? I forgot to share with you all too. In my catch up with me video, I'm going back to do my motivational reels both on Instagram and TikTok. I'll be doing those every Sunday. And so tomorrow I will be doing a motivational topic. I only have 1 minute to speak life into you. So if you follow me on Instagram, I have 2 Instagram pages, and on TikTok, make sure you follow me there because I want to speak life into you. And that's a great way to set off your week too. You know what I mean? With me speaking life into you. So listen, having said all of that, I love you all to the moon and back. You know the drill, you know the spiel. There's nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing that you can do about it because I love each and every one of you. Many of you I've never met. I probably never will get a chance to meet, and it's all right. I still love you. I want nothing but the best for you, and I know that you can be all that God has called you to be. All you have to do is forgive yourself, let the past go, and be phenomenal. Love you all, and we'll talk again on Monday.